The day the golden spoon chose a bride. No one expected the poorest girl in the village to hold it. In the small village of Umudara lived a young girl named Ada. Ada was kind, hardworking, and very beautiful. But her life was not easy. Her mother had died when she was still a child. After some years, her father married another woman. At first, the woman acted kind. But when Ada's father also died, everything changed. The stepmother showed her true heart. She began to treat Ada like a servant. Every morning before sunrise, Ada woke up to sweep the compound, fetch water from the stream, and cook food for the house, while the stepmother's daughter, Bisi, slept comfortably inside. If Ada returned late from the market, the stepmother shouted at her. Sometimes she even beat her. "Lazy girl," the woman would yell. "You will work until you learn your place in this house." But Ada never complained. She simply worked and prayed that one day her life would change. One afternoon, exciting news spread across the whole kingdom. The prince was looking for a wife, but the prince would not choose with his eyes. Instead, the gods of the land would choose. The royal priests placed a large calabash in the village square. Inside the calabash was a golden spoon. Every unmarried girl in the village must come forward and put her hand inside. The girl who brought out the golden spoon would become the prince's bride. The whole village was excited. Girls dressed in their best clothes. They braided their hair and wore their finest beads. But inside Ada's house, the stepmother had another plan. She looked at Ada with cold eyes. "You are not going anywhere," she said. "You will stay here and clean this house." Ada lowered her head. "Yes, mother." The stepmother was afraid. She knew Ada was far more beautiful than her own daughter. What if the gods chose her? No, that must never happen. So she locked Ada inside the house and went to the village square with Bisi. One by one, the girls stepped forward. Each girl dipped her hand into the calabash, but every time they pulled their hand out, it was empty. The priests tried again and again. Still nothing. The crowd began to whisper, "The gods have not chosen anyone." Then suddenly, a young girl in the crowd spoke. "There is still one girl who has not come," she said. "My friend Ada." The priests looked at one another. "The gods must see every girl," the chief priest said. So the king's guards were sent to Ada's house. When they arrived, they found her sweeping the floor. "Why did you not come to the village square?" they asked. Ada looked down quietly. "My stepmother told me to stay home." The guards exchanged looks. "The king has ordered that every girl must come." At the village square, the stepmother became nervous when she saw Ada walking toward the crowd. Her face turned dark with anger, but it was too late. The priests called Ada forward. "Put your hand inside the calabash," the chief priest said. The whole village watched in silence. Ada slowly placed her hand into the calabash. For a moment, nothing happened. Then she pulled her hand out, and in her palm was the golden spoon. The crowd gasped. "The gods have chosen." The priests shouted, "The prince's bride has been found." The stepmother stood frozen. Her plan had failed. No matter how hard she tried to hide Ada, the gods had still chosen her. Soon, Ada was taken to the palace. The prince welcomed her with respect and kindness. and for the first time in her life, Ada knew peace and happiness. As for the wicked stepmother, she could only watch as the girl she once treated like a servant became the princess of the kingdom, and the people of the village never forgot the lesson of that day. No matter how much evil tries to hide the light, what is meant to shine will always shine.